Hi there, I'm Dean Heskin, President and CEO of Swiss America Trading, and you are tuned into our podcast, The Secret War on Cash. And we have a doozy of a war going on. At that, I have with me my co host, Chris Agelastos. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, all things considered. Better than a lot of the world, that's for sure. What a
Definitely
crazy week.
no shortage of problems out there, if you will. In fact, let's get right into that. Our first article here, we're going to look at in the city of Washington, which is Spokane.
Yeah.
We've been talking quite a bit about crypto, electric cash, or digital cash, I should say, and some of the problems that we've seen in our banking system and our financial system. This to me was a new one. I don't know about you, Chris, but I was not aware
Yeah.
there were even such a thing as crypto kiosks that existed out there.
Yep.
And you look at these kiosks, people had lost money to scams to the tune of $141 million. 141 million. And
Yeah.
as I read through this, now what this has prompted is that Spokane, Washington, they have now eliminated these kiosks. But
hmm
tell me about, like, were you aware these things even existed? And for that matter, if you were aware they existed, did you know that this was even an issue?
Yeah, I've actually seen some before. Believe it or not, in convenience stores. We have Circle K's out here, which are a convenience store gas station franchise, and I've seen the kiosks out there. And my initial thought is, who would need to use one of these? I would think that somebody dealing in crypto would have, an account that they can access on their iPhone or their computer or something like that. And then it dawned on me it might be targeting people that are not so computer savvy. Maybe retired folks that don't have a lot of experience with computers or haven't kept up with things. And I think that's where a lot of these scammers are making headway. They're reaching out to people through their emails. We've all gotten these crazy emails, that a friend of yours or someone is trapped overseas and they need you to wire them money, or you've come into this windfall of money. All you need to do is send a few $1,000s their way to
Right.
start the process, that sort of thing. And so I think that's mostly what's happening here. But the other side of it is, well, I don't want to see anybody get scammed, obviously, but with them banning people's access, to the ability to be able to privately send money anywhere in the world, they're also removing some people's rights and removing privacy, and it's different. To me, it's not all that different than how a lot of places have eliminated cash transactions. And is that really to protect the consumer, or is it more so the powers that be can keep an eye on our money and where it goes, and how much we have and where we send it? And so I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm all for protecting people, but at the same time, I don't really want to eliminate, the rights of people that are responsible with their money to be able to use it privately.
Sure. Well, in one of the questions I had, not being fully aware or understanding this, um, by them eliminating kiosks, is we've heard a lot and we've covered a lot about basically the cyber theft where people
hmm
are being able, their crypto's been taken from them, et cetera. So looking at this situation, by them getting rid of the kiosks, is the theft with this really any different than any of the other theft that takes place with? I mean, the let's say the medium is different,
hmm
but the 141 million that was stolen. Are they just
Yeah.
going to just focus their efforts and go steal it from somewhere else? I mean, what's the difference really?
Yeah, I think so. So this was at least my interpretation of this is it's a little different than somebody getting access, hacking your account and stealing your money. What's happening here is fraudsters are convincing people to go over to this, find one of these kiosks and send me money for XYZ reason. And so I think the state's idea here, or the city, Spokane, their idea here is if we eliminate people's access to these machines, it will be harder for them to fall for these scams and send money overseas. that's often,
I
not
think that's
traceable.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't think that. How is that? Like if somebody who does the same scam and just tells you, "Hey, you need to go on your phone and transfer me money." I mean, I don't see
Right.
how that getting rid of the kiosk
Or
itself, short of somebody holding a gun to someone's head and taking them to the kiosk and
right.
telling them hit these things. But all right, well, on to the next article here in the continued vein. See, this is what's frightening. Digital cash and currency and everything being electronic. I mean, it's not coming. It's been here. It's been here for a
Yeah.
while. It's growing and it's getting a little more elaborate, maybe a little more sophisticated. But like this next one, you've got a hacking group targeting the insurance giant Aflac,
Hmm.
and the personal and medical data may be at risk. I don't understand why they're saying maybe at risk. I mean, people had like their social security numbers taken and all kinds
Yeah.
of things. And this is a sophisticated group. In fact, it says right here in the article, a
Hmm.
sophisticated hacking group that has been around for a while. They go, what are they? They're called Scattered Spider,
Hmm.
and they are sometimes referred to as UNC 3944. And I guess here's the thing. We just talked about kiosks. We've talked about banks. We've talked about, brokerage accounts and all these various things where we have vulnerabilities or exposure to theft and things being taken from us. And I think it just speaks to the fact, like, there's no way this problem's going away. This is why people need to
Yeah.
be diversified, have copious records of everything they have. That's why gold is so important. And
Yeah.
not to do a shameless pitch here, but I mean, if you have gold, you put it somewhere, you keep it safe, don't tell anybody where you have it. And at the end of the day, you at least know you have the ability to go put your hands on this if you needed to. But
Right.
this is the one person, and at the end of the article here, this Noah Michael Urban, who of this group, he was doing SIM swaps,
Hmm.
and him alone, and I don't know how old he is or whatever, but with 59 victims, he was able to scam $13 million,
Yeah.
13.2, and he's being charged as the mastermind of this. But what's frightening, he's SIM swapping. That's accessing people's cell phone. So how are you
Right.
supposed to protect yourself in today's environment?
That's what really scared me in this article because I've heard that that sort of thing can happen, but I didn't realize how widespread it is, and that's how I protect a lot of my accounts, and I think most people watching this probably do. You try to log in somewhere on a website, one of your accounts, and they want to send a code to your cell phone or to your email so that you can enter that code and it verifies that it's you. Well, that works great if you're the only one that has access to that code, but I didn't realize how easy it is for them to essentially kind of clone your SIM card and have the numbers go to them. So they can go to the site, request a login to try and get into your account. The code goes to their phone instead of yours, so you're not aware of it. And now they have access to your account. And once they're in there, I mean, they can transfer money, they can wire money, and not only get your personal information, but actually, steal your cash. So it is very concerning. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing um, on the other side of things to protect all of us, because that's the major way that most of us up to this point use to protect our accounts is through those codes.
Yeah, well, in all honesty, Chris, it sucks. It all sucks. I
Yeah.
mean, the first article, you're talking about cryptos being stolen, and that's kind of a given. That's kind of an understood. It's kind of
Yeah.
just something that you don't understand. Like this, you're talking about hard cash, which is not hard cash. It's like electric cash, which is really
Right.
kind of speaks to the fact, that as they're moving into cryptos and digital currencies and all these various things, we already have digital currency. What they're doing is just putting a new currency out because the current one is worthless and quickly becoming more worthless. So, all right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that. And for those of you tuning in, if you'd like more information on the secret war on cash or how to invest yourself and divest yourself into some, or diversify, I should say, into some gold, silver, physical assets, feel free and contact our office. You can call or text at 1-800-289-2646 or visit us online at swissamerica.com, SWISS America, all one word.com. Chris, thank you so much. And for those tuning in,
Yep.
thanks for doing so and have a great rest of your day.
Yep. Thank you.